What's up everyone, and today I'm going to teach you how to wheelie on your Super 73 e-bike. Let's get started.
Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what.
First things first, you want to set up your Super 73 RX S2 or R series bike so you're ready to start wheeling. The first thing you want to do is you want to remove your rear brake sensor, because the issue is when you're trying to modulate between your throttle and brake, if you have your rear brake sensor connected, as soon as you tap that rear brake, your motor will cut out and then you won't be able to sustain your wheelie. So first things first, disconnect your rear brake sensor. The next thing you want to do to ensure your Super 73 is ready for a wheelie is you want to adjust your front suspension to ensure that it has a fast rebound, because that will assist you with your pop to get that front wheel off the ground. The next thing you want to do is go into your app and ensure you're using the highest power mode to unlock the full 2000 watt peak power from your rear hub motor. What's really important is you want to make sure your Super 73 is fully charged, because you're going to be out practicing for quite a few hours, and the more power you have in your battery, the more power you're going to get from your motor, which means more torque and better wheelies. The next thing you want to do is check your rear brakes to ensure that your brake pads are in good condition, because this is a lot of work for your rear brakes to ensure from a safety point of view that your rear brakes are ready. For practicing, you want a flat and smooth surface. For example, this trail is great because it's sand. If you were to get it wrong and have to ditch your bike, it won't get as scratched up, and it's all around safer and will help you commit more. I would always recommend that you wear a helmet, some gloves, because it is hard work on your hands pulling on these handlebars for many hours. So helmet and gloves are always a good idea no matter how you're riding. And personally, I also choose to ride with a chest and back support just in case I get it wrong. Always better to be safe than sorry. So let's now talk about the pre-pop so you're in the correct position to wheelie. What you want to do is, as you're coming in, you want to be coasting around 10 miles an hour, because any faster it's a lot more tricky because the bike does not have enough torque. So be coming in around 10 miles an hour, and what you want to do is you want to bring your body weight forward so you're in towards the battery as far as you can over the front, lean over, and then in one fluid movement you need like explosive energy. So what you do is, as you're pulling back like this, that is when you would use your throttle. So you no throttle, and throttle. See, and now that wheel is coming up super duper easily, and now you're ready to wheelie. So what you want to do is make sure you're as far as you can into the battery, lean forward. As you're coming back, use your throttle, and guess what? You're now starting to wheelie. One more important point I'd like to mention is have your pedals level. So instead of having like 1 foot high and 1 foot low, you're going to be less balanced. So what I like to do is have my pedals in line with each other, because that will really help you feel more balanced while you wheelie. So now let's talk about the pop. What you don't want to do is be looking down at your handlebars trying to wheelie, because your head's the heaviest part and all that's going to do is make it really tricky to wheelie. So what you want to do is, when you're coming in for the wheelie, keep your eyes on the horizon the whole time, because that will ensure you're going to get the highest chance of actually getting this wheelie with the right body weight positioning. So what's important is you want to utilize your legs. Even though you're not pedaling, they can still really help. So imagine I'm on the pedals right now. As I'm coming in, I do this slight little pop. Now that will allow me to get that tiny bit more of energy into the pullback. So as I'm coming in, I'll do that little pop. I'm already forwards, the little pop, and then you pull back, you see. Now if I was used the throttle then like this, I would have got my front wheel up, and you're going to be starting to wheelie. What you want to do is you want to take into account the slight delay with your throttle. So you're doing no throttle till you're around halfway back, and that's when you accelerate, because what that means is that you're working with the lag. So the second you're fully all the way back, all your weight's just been violently thrown back, you know, you're so hyped to get this wheelie, then your 2000 watts of peak power is going to be started, and the front wheel's going to come up, and you're going to be looking sick. Now you're wheeling. Let's get stoked. So what's really important is, the first few times you are going to wheelie, you're just going to be nervous. All what I've told you is going to go out the window, and you're going to come up to that balancing point, and you're going to want to just throw your legs out, you know. And that, if you're doing that at speed, your bike's going to go out and you're going to crash. That's the only time you're likely to hurt yourself doing these. So what's important is, when you've got to that balance point, you want to just be modulating with your brake gently. You're going to want to slam it the first few times and your wheels will come back down really hard, but don't you worry, the bike's perfectly okay. You just want to make sure that with confidence and time, you'll be much more comfortable in this motion, and you're going to be able to use that brake more efficiently and not just pull it on and modulate it. The rear brake is your lifeline when you're doing a wheelie. If at any point you're coming too high, just slightly pull that rear brake and you'll come back down, and then you can just repeat this process, like coming up, brake, coming up, brake. And this will allow you to keep going on the wheelies, to hold them as long as you can, and it just feels awesome when you get it right. So what's important with a Super 73 compared to a Sur-Ron, for example, because the Super 73 only has 2000 watts of power, you don't want to be letting off the throttle while you're in the wheelie. What's important is you're going to keep that throttle jammed all the way down, and the only thing that you're going to be releasing and then pulling in again is your brake. So you're in the wheelie, you're at full throttle, and you're just using that brake and body positioning to keep the wheelie going. If you have bought an EU bike like myself, they do not come with a throttle. Now, what you can do is you still can wheelie using your easiest gear to get that wheel up nice and easily, but the problem is your legs won't be able to keep up over time and you'll end up just power wheeling. So the US bikes do come with a throttle, so if you're in the EU like myself, purchase a throttle and then you'll be able to use this technique, and it also looks a whole lot cooler. The final icing on the cake for your wheelies is the landing. Now, what you don't want to be doing is landing with your wheel turned, because that's going to end very badly. So every time you're landing, make sure that front wheel is going out perfectly straight in front of you so you can keep riding safely and, you know, celebrate after that awesome wheelie. To conclude, I really hope you found my video useful and you're now ready to go out and learn some awesome wheelies. You're now going to know how to set your bike up, where you need to be on the bike pre-pop, how you pop, how you could hold the wheelie safely with rear brake modulation, and you're basically fully ready now to practice. Now remember, this isn't going to come in a day. You're going to have to spend time practicing, building up your confidence, learning the timings and how hard you need to pull on the bike, because you know, no one can do this first time. It's going to take you time to learn, but you're going to get this down, and I promise you it's going to be awesome. So once you do land a few wheelies, please do tag me on Instagram, LukeOW. I love to check them out, repost them, leave a comment, it'd be awesome. And if you do enjoy my content, then please do like and subscribe for more videos coming very shortly. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.